Okay, two options we have. One is, would you like to first have a conversation on your table? We'll suggest the process and then ask questions. Or would you first like to ask questions? So let's... Question. Okay, so let's have a few quick questions. Yes, Rohtash. Yes, and... yeah. Let me just...
Arun Banmali, that was fascinating. Thank you. Absolutely inspiring. But not a question, sorry, an observation. I couldn't help but smile ironically when we were talking about trust, distributed teams, the ability to take essences and drive organizations rather than SOPs and processes. And ironical because the last 100 years of management education went just in the other direction. It created thousands of processes, created a complete management education on the left side of the brain. And as we had to deal more with uncertainty, as we had to deal with volatility, we have to now talk about not goals but purpose. That we need to talk about teams. And I have never actually seen a crack football team, or not even a crack football team, a village level football team, with a process manual in their hands. You actually play because you sat together, you thought it through, you figured out your roles, more or less not more, and then you went out and whipped competition. So we are actually going back to basics in a lot of ways.
Very true, very true. Thanks, thank you, Ratash. Thank you for that comment. Any
Yes, Bharat, thank you very much, Arun and Banmali, for a very, very inspiring conversation. I think what struck me today was that a lot of managers don't really appreciate that the pace of change is far, far more rapid than it is manifested before us. And many of the pressures for changing are going to be coming not from regulation, as you hinted, or from the very fact that people notice change. There is going to be increasing pressure to change from people. People who watch what you do, people who are impacted by what you do in your factories, employees in the factory who might actually observe that you're not doing things the way you should be doing ethically or in the right manner.
Okay, so the collective intelligence of the whole team has produced such beautiful insights. Amazing, amazing. So give yourself a big hand once more. Awesome. Banmali, how did you find some of these things? Any comments from your side? And we can now sit with the group because we've all become wholesome now. So please tell us.
Well, I enjoyed it in the sense that when I was going around just talking to everyone, it's amazing how it comes across as being common sense, but I think when we get down to practicing it, I don't know what happens. Why aren't we able to implement it? Because we all agree with it, right? I mean, I didn't hear a single voice of dissent or, that to whom it didn't make sense.
Because let's, I think, beautifully bring it down to something practical. What is it? How do I put it into practice? I'll share a few tips. But I think it is useful only if it is practiced. Because there was a person who was who was told about a beautiful medicine. He was given a very powerful medicine. He took the bottle home, he put it there on the shelf, and every day he would do namaste to the medicine. Thank you, medicine. You're great medicine, superb medicine. You're going to cure me of this, this, this. What do you think happened? Nothing happened. Right? So if we leave today's conversation with at least one action, which we say we're going to do, I think the evening would have been fruitful, our gathering would have really been fruitful. Is that okay? So I'm going to invite, I'm going to share a few points, and then I'm going to invite Banmali to share a few points, and then we will have your commitment. I'll hand it over to Vivek, who will say his thank yous, and then we'll have tea. Is that okay?
I've attended so many Carpe Diems, and I know we close on the same high. Last time I remember Mr. Anil Swaroop, and this time it was Mr. Agrawala. So let's give a round of applause to our panelists today. I think just by attending and listening to those, just one, I call aha moment of the evening or afternoon. It's just that one phrase or one word which keeps you going, and I really liked it. And the table too, I think, Bharat and team, thank you so much for grateful leader. Let's clap for them also. All right. There were a couple of announcements we want to make, and when you came, we requested you to drop your cards, and there was a lucky draw. So here are the winners, and I'll tell you what the prize is. From Pragati Leadership, we want to do a complimentary webinar for you, or a one coaching session. So the people, I'll request Arun to hand over the Pragati Leadership mug, and the name are Mr. Rahul Agarwal from Nucleus Software. Second is Mr. Gautam Srivastava from Max Life Insurance. The core purpose of Carpe Diem always has been networking and conversations around a theme, and every year we have been coming with new themes which is connected to context. So this time we say, the wholesome leadership, if you want to lead the change. And I'm sure the thoughts we have said, I think all of us, before we leave the room after having high tea, is have that thought of what is it that one thing I would do to implement that change. And we at Pragati Leadership, we fondly follow mantra of 10 fingers or 2 hands. So I'm going to request you to do that with me. So show me your 2 hands, and all of you have attended Pragati Leadership program, then you know what that is. If no, then please repeat after me. So please say, if it is to be. Okay, you would say louder. I'm going to make it here. Okay, so if it is to be, it is up to me. We've got a Hindi version for this, yeah. अगर ये होना है तो, ये मुझे ही करना होगा. Yeah, so we deeply believe the only thing automatically happens in life of birthdays, right? Everything has been quite different. So again, thank you so much, and let's be in touch. Thank you.